But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And what, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris Waltz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons.
Do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris Waltz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black?
Okay, I wanted to give Nina Turner the floor there because she absolutely cooked on that one. Shout out to Nina Turner. She absolutely cooked on that one. I wanted to give her the whole floor. I didn't want us, sitting on the side, taking away from it and taking away from her message. She absolutely cooked on that one. But what do you have to say on that?
Nah, absolutely. Applause to Nina Turner. But it's just, got to act a little out of character since, we don't like seeing women in office or anything like that because, we just supposedly we don't like that, but
the narrative. It's the narrative from Barack Obama. It's the narrative from CNN that it's simply because we don't want to see a woman in power. As I said earlier, that is the laziest take you can have. It's sexism. No, her policies fucking suck. That's it.
Damn.
That's it. They fucking suck. And to lean into this womanism, sexism, you don't want to see a woman at the top. It is lazy. It is irresponsible. And as the title says, the scroll at the bottom, Obama continues to disappoint. And generally, the whole entire Democratic Party continues to disappoint, trying to shame us men, black men, Hispanic men, Latino men, Asian men, and men who immigrated here from other countries, Arab men, into voting. It's not going to work. I don't know what old tactics they have or who's running these campaigns saying this will work and that's going to work. That shit is dead. That shit is not working. Like, if anything, it's making me not want to vote for her.
I don't see what's the appeal of them doing that kind of stuff.
It's the old playbook. This is what they've always thought works, right? If you get the black woman, then the black man is going to vote along with the black woman because they're both in the household, right? She's going to twist his arm. She's going to pressure him into voting the way that she wants him to vote. They think that the matriarch that the black family is, they think that that is still current day black families. That is not the case. As I said earlier, 25% of black people are married, 80% single mother-led households. There's no man there. So what they're doing is they're still trying to get the black female vote and say the men will come along with her. The men are breaking away. They're saying, number one, they're not in the households together. And all the laws are slanted towards the woman. Child custody, child support, we don't even have equal rights to our own children. If a woman decides she wants to get rid of it, wants to delete a kid, there's nothing you or I can do. If a woman decides she wants to have the kid and she can then wants to give the kid up for adoption, as the dad, we don't even get the first right to say, I want the kid. The kid goes off into adoption, off into who knows where. So again, they are playing the wrong card here.
After all that, just say, damn, it's just a damn shame. Like, for real, because it's just like, when you speak it, it's just like, wow. It kind of sounds ridiculous, It's like, you have no say in anything when it comes to a child, and it's just like,
this makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
It's like they think there's like a gray, like it looks all gray, but it's really just more black and white.
Yeah.
It's like there's no green lining to it.
And I believe that Democrats and Republicans, they don't know how to reach out to men without excluding women. Republicans do a better job of it because Republicans like, hey, this is what we're going to do. The men are going to come along. We're going to get the majority of men, of white men anyway. So therefore, we're going to live with election results given or kind of leaning into white men. It's the minority groups who still don't know how to position themselves to get the majority of minorities to vote. They still get the majority of minorities, but they don't know how to give a consistent message, let's say for women without excluding men. They don't know how to give a consistent message for men without excluding women. And these are like multi-billion-dollar campaigns, and they can't figure out the basics of trying to get what works best for everyone. You're not supposed to be 90% for women, 10% for men. It's supposed to be 50-50. You get a little bit of what you want, a little bit of what you don't want, but in the end, we're all happy. And they're just leaning into one side. And that's why she's kind of faltering at this particular point.
Yeah. Because I think they do know. They do know how to like appeal to like but like the men like that are like people of color. But it's just like I think it's like more so gonna like bring an uproar for the women. Like, you know,
That's
like
what I mean. They don't know how to put they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? They're just getting rid of all of it. Forget it. You can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And then now here they are, just like bringing a former president, trying to shame him into voting, which is not going to work. Like, ever work. So it's just like, especially in this day and age, it's like how things are now. And if you're trying to get young black men, yeah,
there you go.
young black men,
go.
sure. Like
that shit ain't happening.
Show me some kind of growth, and then we could talk then. But I highly doubt it. But yeah, I think they do know the game plan. They just choose not to fall through with it because
I don't even think they know the mechanism for it to even happen. I personally don't. I think that they have the old playbook and they're like, this playbook works and we're going to keep running, right up the gap every single time. We're just going to do a running back dive every single time. They're running the same playbook.
Because I believe there's enough men or enough people in general talking about what their wants and needs are. It's like, hey, we want this, we want that, we want whatever's going on, and they just choose to ignore it. Because I feel like there's.
Are you asking how would the government know what people's wants and needs are?
Yeah.
Well, they do polling. They do have these organizations that do outreach in the community. So generally, that's what they do. It's the organizations that have the outreach. They do polling, and I think they're polling. I don't think that they poll men very well, and I think that kind of broad brush issues like women's rights, they know most women are going to go along with that, but I don't think that they poll like for example, what do Asian Americans want? Who knows? What do Latino Americans want? Who knows? What do white people want? What do black people want? Who knows? Because they're trying to just go with this broad brush of, well, what's going to get the most people? What's going to get the most? Right. So Kamala, she supports the women's rights. She's leaning heavily into that. Trump's leaning heavily into the immigration. And then he's promising people a bunch of things he's not going to do. But you know what I mean? He's playing the political game saying, I'm going to offer these things to these people. Now, if I offer 10 things to people and I do 3, they're going to be happy. Kamala Harris is like offering just these obscure things that who's really asking for this? Is there a housing problem in the U.S.? No. There's an affordability problem in the U.S. So she's addressing the wrong issue. There's plenty of homes in the U.S. She's just addressing the wrong issue.
Yeah, I was about to say, and it's funny when you say that because it's like you bringing in more homes. What's that going to do? It's like if all the homes are going to be like the same prices as the other homes, like brand new homes, like just like that wouldn't really make a difference of like people trying to get it.
And even the $25,000 down payment, I understand that, but where's the money coming from? Where's it
Right.
coming from? The United States is already in debt. Why do you think our taxes are so high at this point? It's just like it just doesn't make any sense. But go ahead.
I'll say it's just another way of raising taxes.
You can't if man, that's a really good point that you said that. In order to pay for these programs, she's going to raise taxes. But she did say millionaires and billionaires are going to pay for it. No, they're not.
Oh my God. Come on.
They are. They absolutely are not. Just like Trump's wall, and he's going to get Mexico to pay for it. That shit didn't happen. And this shit ain't going to happen either.
Yeah,
billionaires.
Get out of here.
That shit ain't going to happen.
They'll probably, if that does happen, they'll probably cut out like the workers the payout.
Yeah, just like McDonald's with the $20 minimum wage in California, and then all these fast food restaurants closed.
Yeah.
It's like you can't legislate these kind of things. Can you legislate minimum wage? Sure, but can you legislate a livable wage? Absolutely not. You can't do that. These companies are going to fold. But with that being said, I did want to go back to what Barack Obama was saying very quickly. I wanted to go to some of the headlines. Barack Obama talking about losing support amongst the brothers, right? So here's a headline I found. Kamala Harris' lead with Latinos is shrinking. And that was from October 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go to this one. Some Indian American Democrats see themselves in Harris. Others see limits. October 8th, right? Mm-hmm. Then we're going to go here. Kamala Harris is losing support with this key demographic. It could cost her Georgia. And I don't know if you could see it very well, but this, let me see if you can see it. This is referring to Korean American support for Democrats. So I then will go back and ask Mr. Obama, the fuck are you talking about? Right? She's losing support amongst everybody, and you want to chastise black men. Come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't even going for that. We ain't even doing that this time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That shit ain't going down. Nope. We are not taking the brunt of this. She's losing support across the board because she has a terrible message. Mm-hmm. This is why when 3.5 years ago, when she was campaigning against Joe Biden, she dropped that. She was one of the first people to drop out of the race because her message was terrible. It was terrible. Her campaign, her policies were terrible, and they're still terrible.
See, it's funny when you say that, because do you think it's I have to cut this out, but is it like, do you think it might have been a little scripted for Joe Biden to like all of a sudden drop out, and then now Kamala's like just swooped in?
I personally don't think it was scripted, because if you remember, Joe Biden dropped out after he had that terrible debate performance, right?
Yeah.
That was when he really dropped out. When he the way he came off, he just seemed like he was kind of, old and tired. And that's what really put the nail in the coffin. But I don't think, figuratively for Joe Biden, I don't think the Democratic establishment, I don't think they wanted Kamala. I felt like they knew her limitations. And at first, if you remember, I don't know how much you follow it, but they were like, well, you can't just skip over Kamala. But then the Democrats, they were initially leaning towards skipping over her. They never said who they would choose. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they wanted her because they know her limitations. And I think it's proven to be true right now with her losing support.
Yeah. Yeah. Because based on how things are looking, this ain't.
Hey, man, like we used to say in high school whenever we would be losing the game, hey, look, go warm up the bus. This shit's over. And Barack Obama, look, with his comments, let's warm up the bus. We down by 20. It's over. Warm up the bus. Oh, shit. But, hey, man, we're going to see how it shakes out. What is it, about 3 weeks left? Like I said, I don't really see much progress. I don't really see how it's going to happen. And, hey, man, we all going to see how this shakes out. Okay, Dante, so any final thoughts?
Obama, please stop disappointing us, especially as people, you know? It just doesn't help morale at all whatsoever.
And with that being said, I'll say, I'll echo your sentiments. Barack Obama, this did not help. I don't know why you thought this would work. I don't know who you ultimately thought the audience was going to be or how it was going to be received. This, like, as you said, this is not 2008. And this whole coming in and I'm going to swoop in and I'm going to save the day. Just go enjoy your life as a former president up in Martha's Vineyard and your multi-million-dollar property, and just leave politics alone. Unless you're going to come with a different message, you have no coalition of black men are saying, yes, we support Barack Obama. You're just one man talking in the wind. Just go enjoy your life. I'm sure you have a great life as a former president, and just let the rest of us figure this out.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Heirs on Air, Dante Sr., Dante Jr., family business, and we out.